Hi everybody, this is Janet from Trixie Stitches. I'm going to do some stash show and tell today, and I have one finish, and I'm going to do some of the get to know your stitcher tags. So first I have my one finish, and that is the Lizzie Kate. It says, "Today choose joy and keep it simple." So, hopefully you can see all that. Let's see. There was a little, it was like a chicken or something that was there originally, but I didn't really like it, so I left it out and just put a Swarovski little blingy heart there. I like my bling, so I had to have a little something in there, even though it's a simple design. So, but it's a finish, yay! And let's see. Oh, I'm going to show you. These are the pieces that I had in the fair, and I just now got them back because they were at my local needlework shop for a Stitchers Appreciation Contest. So this first one is, I'm sorry it's so big, they're probably not going to show all the way in the camera, but let's see. This was the one I got the first place ribbon on. It's Violet Fairy from Nora Corbett or Memorabilia. Sorry for the glare. So, hope that showed up okay. And I got second place on the, it's Nora Corbett or Memorabilia, it's either Christmas Elf or Christmas Fairy. So you can tell the difference between, this has the museum glass in it, and the other piece didn't, so sometimes it's really worth it to put out a little bit more money for the museum glass. It really makes a difference with the glare. And if I seem like I'm moving here, I'm in my rocking chair, so. Okay, stash. I think I'm missing some stuff, but if I find it later, I'll put it on the next video. Today I went to my L&S, and it was cool because they had the, what's it called? It's like a sampler show. Sorry, I cannot even think of the word for it. Where they have the pieces from whatever designer up on the wall. Trunk show, sorry. It's for the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. So I got to see the piece for the Christmas mystery sampler coming up. I got to see the whole thing. Of course, it's a surprise, so I couldn't take pictures to show anybody, and I wouldn't do that anyway. Wouldn't ruin the surprise. But it's very cute. So I paid for mine and got my first piece for the month. And then I also bought the Fibery Friends sampler. Let's see that. It's weirdly crooked on there. That's very cute. Sorry, the glare. And then Christmas on Gingerbread Lane. And I think somebody said this was last year's Christmas mystery sampler, but I hadn't seen it, so I thought it was cute. So I look forward to doing that. And I also gotten this little needlepoint stitches book. It's like a traveler's one. Just a little one to carry around that has all different. Just pick out whatever stitch and it's in there. So that's really cool. I do have a big book that has every stitch you could think of in it, but this little one's cool just to carry around. Plus, even though it says needlepoint stitches, you can use those on any cross stitch pattern you're using just to jazz it up a little or whatever. So that's really cool. Someone was having a stash sale, and they had this load of Carrie's Creation hand-dyed flosses. And I guess she's out of business now, but so I got a really good deal on, I don't know who it was from, I can't remember, but there's just all kinds of colors in there. Hand-dyed fabric, or threads. Which I found something to use them on. They were really cool. Came on my little hoop there. And let's see, I got these from my L&S today and recently. This is a Hindsight pattern. It's called American Eagle. Comes with little stars. I like Americana stuff, so I'd like to have a wall just with Americana stuff and one with Halloween stuff. Wouldn't that be nice? I'd have to stitch faster. This is I don't know if this is a new design or I just haven't seen them before, but it's Lindsay Lane Designs, and it's called Spooky Hollow 1820. It's really cute. Love Halloween. And this is an Ursula Michael, honoring marriage. And I love marriage samplers. And this one, they kind of had a show at my L&S where like maybe four different people stitched it in different colors and stuff. So it was really neat to see all the different versions. And this one's been around for a while, but I've seen it stitched so many times. It's so cute, and I just finally picked it up. It's Sue Hillis Designs Christmas Spool Tree. Very cute. Just a bunch of thread spools decked up like a Christmas tree. And then I've got a few fabbies. This is a Silk Weaver 32 count Jubilant Autumn Leaves. It's I don't know if you can see that very well. It's mottled browns and some greens in there, a little orangey tinge. Of course, it's on Jobelan, so the modeling is very soft. And this was a mystery one. I think it's a 28 count. Looks like Lugana. Pretty purples and blues. And this one's very pretty. I have no idea, again, on this one who dyed it. But it's got bright pinks and greens in it. Maybe a little yellow. I like that one. And this is my fabric of the month from Fairly New Dyer called Die Stitch Love. My name's Lou. And this one is Key Lime. It's a really bright green and yellow. Really pretty. I just got a notice today from an email saying that my others are on the way, so can't wait on that. Love getting fabric in the mail. Picked up a petite treasure braid. It's just I'm switching it for a cry neck because this is just to me easier to use. By the way, this is for all you people that enabled me to break down and finally do a HAID, a Heaven and Earth design. I don't have a picture on me of the one I'm going to do, but she's in all tones of gray, and she's called Snow. So she looks like a, like a winter fairy. Really pretty. So it'll probably drive me crazy doing all those just grays, but we'll see. Have a couple flosses at the L&S. cottage blue. Some pretty light to medium blues in there. And so Weeks Dye Works Blue Topaz. You'll notice the theme in there. My favorite color is aquas. So I didn't need these for anything, but I just love aquas. So I see something with aqua, I buy it. Let's see, is that it? And I noticed I picked up a thing of little black beads, Mill Hill beads, because I don't know about you, but I'll be stitching something and I'll either call for, one black French knot for an eye or something like that. And it's just so much easier to use one of these little black beads. So I just got some to keep handy just for that, for doing little eyeballs and stuff. That'll make it much easier. So I think that's it with the stash. I'll, depending upon how long the video is, I might put in some of my fabric stash that I said I would do, or I'll just make another video of that. But let's see, let's start on this. This is Teresa somebody slap me, make me talk right. Teresa Little Stitchers tag. And the first question is, do seasons affect your stitching pattern? Do you stitch less in the summer? I don't think so. I might stitch a little less in the summer just because of the heat. I have the stitching room all done now, and I showed it to you. It's, it's cool. It's my spot. But I don't know. Most people, I think, have one of those rooms in their house where, for whatever reason, the air conditioning doesn't go to. So, I have 2 fans going. Thankfully, I have a ceiling fan. But still, with no air conditioner in here, and it's 105 outside. I'm in California. It's just roasting. So, I would say I enjoy probably more in the winter because I just run hot and I'm just more comfortable in the winter. Number 2, do you prefer stitching with a lap stand or a floor stand or in hand? All 3. Before I've got my floor stands recently, I always used a lap stand, one of those K's Creations, one of those original lap stands, for many years. I think I got it when it first came out, which would have been, I don't know if that was late 80s or something like that. And I really love it, but, I wanted to try lap stands, and just for more convenience, not having be burned by all the lap stands sitting on you and stuff. So I have like 3 different floor stands now. I have my my Lowry, and I have one that a man in my area made. Kind of retrofitted it just for me because I have an unusual couch, and it has a very high arm and wide. So he put a longer piece on it so it would be easier to stitch. So the piece would be right in front of me instead of way over to the left. And then I have one of those needlework 4 stands that I like more for using for my when I do counted needlepoint. I don't do in hand because I have aside from my hands sweat all the time, I'm very acidic, and I eat through needles in days. I've eaten through one in the metal on a needle in less than a day before. So yeah, I just don't want to hold my fabric and ruin it, especially if it's a hand dyed and I can't wash it, so so yeah, everything but in hand. Number 3, do you prefer stitching with a hoop? Oh my god. A hoop, Q-snap, frame, or in hand? I usually use either Q-snaps or actually swirl rods. Those are my favorite. I do have some hoops that I use for, you know, if I'm doing a really tiny piece, like an ornament or something like that, you know. Number 4, do you use a stitching light? If yes, do you use a floor light or a clip-on light? I have a very large mag light, you know, a 2-in-1 job, and it's usually hooked up here, but because it's hot in here, I had my husband move it into the living room so I could work in there. That's cool. And it's not on a stand, it's the kind you clip on a table. But it's very strong magnifier and light, so because I'm blind as a bat. I don't have my glasses on because I'm so close to the camera that even with my bifocals on, I don't know, my eyes are so screwy. Let's see, do you stitch one-handed, two-handed, or both? I usually do the sewing method, so one-handed, although I use, you know, I kind of support it at the back with my left. I'm trying to teach myself to do the two-handeds for when I do the Heaven and Earth design, but I'm having trouble. My brain just does not want to, you know, use both hands. It wants to sew, which is what I'm used to, so. But I know I'll have to learn it because I can't do that on 25 count Lugana, you know, stretched tight in a frame, so. Do you prefer to stitch alone in a quiet place or around the family and in a living area? Ooh, that's both. I love the quiet of my room now. I'm kind of sensitive to a lot of noise. You know, I can stand it for a while and then I want to be away from it. So I love my nice quiet room. I can shut the door and just have peace. But I also like being out with my husband, and so if the TV's on, you know, and he's watching TV, that doesn't really bother me, because just so I can be with him. Or if I don't watch that much TV, so, you know, if a show of mine is on, I can do it at the same time, but mostly I like the quiet. What is your preferred fabric and preferred count? It used to be 32 count linen. Now that my eyes are so bad, I'm liking 28. So as I buy more fabric, I'm starting to get it in the 28 count. I like linen best, but I can do Jobelin or Lugana. In your time stitching, have you ever lost your stitchy bug? If so, how many times? And how did you get it back? I don't know if I ever really like lost it, like I just didn't want to do it. It was more, I had a stretch in the 2000 to 2005-ish where I didn't really stitch a whole lot, but it was more because, you know, the kids were younger and just busy with them and stuff. And so, but now I'm really hardcore on it, and because my kids are grown and I have to think about is just my own stuff, that it's just hardcore back on that, and so that's cool. Getting rid of the kids is what got me stitching again. Let's see. Do you travel and stitch, and would you or do you stitch on public transport? Is it a home hobby only? I've taken my stitching with me to quite a few places. I mean, I've gone to 2 of the Mirabilia mini retreats in Ohio, but I don't actually, I bring something to stitch, but I don't actually stitch much. It's kind of become a joke. You know, I'll put like exactly 1 stitch in just to say I stitched, but I really don't do anything. I just walk around and gab with people. But like I took a trip to see my brother and sister-in-law when they were in Portland, Oregon a few years back, and I took a piece with me, and my traveling mag light and stuff, and I worked on it there because I was there for like two weeks. So, you know, when you're there that long, it's like not like you have something to do every night. You're just hanging out. So that worked out good. I don't do any kind of stitching on any kind of transportation. I can't do it in a car or anything like that. I'm really motion sick, and yeah, I would be throwing up. I can't do that. Okay, things are going by the wayside here. This is the Unnormal tag by Stitch and Fish. And let's see, number one is, what is the strangest place you've ever stitched? Okay, this is a story. I have to explain this. Oh, I'll have to say the bathroom. And the thing is, I never really stitched. I have a habit of, I'm like a baby with a bottle. Whatever I have in my hand, I have to take with me. You know, it could be my phone, it could be my bottle of water. Sometimes if, you know, I have a small piece of stitching is in my hand, I'll carry it along with me. I'm not actually stitching in there. It's just, you know, I could just put it right down right next to me and go to the bathroom. But for whatever reason, I tug it along like a baby blanket, and it goes with me. So, yeah, the bathroom. Next to that, I would just have to say it probably on an airplane. What is your next favorite hobby? I love genealogy. I've done that for years. I haven't worked on it lately, but I was really, that's kind of what I did in that gap with my stitching in the early to like around 2008. I was really worked on my genealogy. So that was a big thing. I got to go back and visit relatives I never knew about or met in Arkansas. I like reading too. To smoke or not smoke? Not smoke. We are a family full of asthmatics, and I'm really hardcore about that because my dad died from lung cancer from smoking, and my mother had COPD from lifelong smoking, so I'm a big no-smoker person. What is your favorite social media to share your stitching on? Facebook and now YouTube. Do you model stitch, or had you ever? No desire to. It just take up too much of my time that I want to spend on my own stuff. So, wash or no wash? Like I said, I'm very acidic and sweaty hands, so I prefer to wash everything. But if it's got hand-dyed floss, or if the fabric is hand-dyed, then you can't do that. So just have to be real careful. If you use a digital program, which do you use? Oh, I think I have PC Stitch. I don't really know how to use it myself. My husband he's a computer guy. He has to help me. I've used it for, like on a baby sampler for centering the names and stuff. That's kind of all I've done with it. What do you do with your finished project? Usually I frame stuff or finish it right away. The piece I just showed you, the Be Joyful and stuff, that's the first one I've made where I'm not doing anything with it right away. So, a lot of people talk about it gets thrown in a drawer or something. I'm kind of OCD. I want to get it totally finished, and either I'm making it for someone else or it's for me. But I usually finish it and get it on my wall or whatever. Okay, that's that one. Let's see. This is the Get to Know Your Needleworker tag by, I think it's by Whimsidaisical. Let's see, where do I live? Hold on a second. Oh, it's getting dry. I'm not used to talking this much. My My voice gets really rough. Okay, I live in Folsom, California. That's it's like a suburb. It's in Sacramento County, near the state. You know where the state capital is in California. So near Sacramento, but more in the foothill area, close to that. If you've ever heard of the Johnny Cash song "Folsom Prison Blues," that's us. We live by the prison. But it's an old gold rush town. It's really cool. Do I have any children? Yes, I have a 25-year-old daughter. She lives in San Francisco and goes to college. And my son is 23, and well, my daughter's name is Brianna, and my son Matt is 23, and he still lives with me. We're trying to get rid of him. He won't go. He's one of those kids that's just like, why would I want to leave? I'm fine here. So I think it's going to take a girlfriend, to get him moving, to go out of the house. But he's easy to live with, so it's okay. Do you have pets? Yes, I have 2 dogs. I have Daphne, my Shih Tzu, and she's 9 years old and starting to get health problems. And I have a 1-year-old pound puppy, rescue dog. Her name's Rowan, and we just got back the wisdom panel today on, what kind of mutt is she, what's her mix, the DNA thing, and they said she's a mix of, what was it, Chihuahua and Manchester Terrier. I don't get the Manchester Terrier because she's all white, and Manchester Terriers look like mini Doberman Pinschers. Mine looks like a long-haired Jack Russell, but she has no Jack Russell in her. So, genetics. I used to have cats, but they passed away. Let's see. What are your other hobbies? Oh, I already did the hobbies. What is my favorite movie? I don't really know. I like all kinds, comedies, dramas. I love Shawshank Redemption. Grease. I can't think of anything else. There's so many that I've liked over the years. Favorite TV show? I hardly watch any TV now, but the only show I truly stuck with over the years was ER. I loved ER. Watched it from beginning to end. But after ER was done, and a couple of years ago I started getting tired of the CSIs and all that, I just said, there's just, I don't want to waste my time watching TV anymore. I just want to stitch. So it's like, it's kind of strange for me. I've always been a big TV watcher, and now I'm like, eh. And I do like Who Do You Think You Are? Because that's a genealogy show. What is your favorite book? That's one I can't answer either. Too many I like. Too many genres too. I like history. I like romance, bodice rippers. Let's see. What is your favorite music? Sorry, I'm being vague on all these questions or answers. I like classic rock. I like pop rock. Celtic music, Cajun, bluegrass, classical, everything but rap. What one word best describes you? I don't know if there's one word for me. Silly? Tacky? Sensitive? I don't have one word. I don't know. I have to ask my husband that. Let's see. Oops, I already did that one. Let's repeat. Okay, the joy of cross-stitch tag. How did you learn to stitch? I taught myself. Even as a young girl, I really loved any kind of stitchery. My parents were much older when I was born, so I was, influenced by, there was doilies in the house, and, those kind of stitched shelf scarves and things like that. They were embroidered. And so the first thing I tried to do all by myself was embroidery, and I think it was around 12. It's about, the age where you get really into reading about the mythology stuff and everything. And so I really loved Pegasus. And so I took a pillowcase, just a white pillowcase, and got some, I don't know if they were DMC threads or what, but I didn't know what I was doing, and I just kind of traced a pattern of a Pegasus on it, and it's somewhere around here packed away. Wish I could have found it. But yeah, it's just, I kind of just, running stitch and just did this Pegasus. It's not great, but it's my first thing. And then the first cross stitch thing I did was when I was pregnant with my daughter. Excuse me, so I would have been 22. And it was a Precious Moments baby bib. It was stamped, and it's a horrible mess. Kept that also. I have it with her baby stuff, but it's yeah, it was a real mess. But I was hooked after that, so that's what got me started. When you stitch, do you like to watch TV? I think I kind of answered that already. When you use a kit, which company or companies do you like best? I think, like most people, Dimensions, but to be honest, I actually hate kits. The only reason I ever buy them is because that's the only way you can get the pattern. I could care less about the floss in them and all that. I would just rather do it all myself and get all my own stuff. But if you like that certain pattern enough, you'll buy the kit. Let's see. What are your favorite designs to stitch? That varies, because I love Mirabilia. I love fairies and the Pretty Women, and mermaids, and I like some of the cute stuff like Lizzie Kate stuff, but I'm kind of picky about it. I'm just really, my tastes are kind of all over the board. I like lots of things. How do you get ideas or inspirations for your projects? Usually I start one just either because I'm just like, ooh, I want to stitch that for me, or I'm thinking of another person in mind. Sorry about that, my camera cut out, I don't know why. Anyway, yeah, it's just comforting. I love stitching. Okay, last one. I'm trying to see if there's anything new I haven't answered here. What's your favorite time to stitch? I'd say the evening. It's funny because I'm all alone by myself during the day. I have, I don't have small children. I could stitch as I want, but I just seem to gravitate towards doing it in the evening, just when my mind seems to be more quiet, I guess you could say. Do you use a printed paper copy of your chart or digital? Yes, definitely a copy. I feel weird about marking on patterns. I just don't do that. Are you a floss licker? I'm a floss sucker. Gotta get a lot of spit on that thing. Do you hoard or buy supplies as needed? Good thing my husband isn't in here. That's a good one. I hoard. I'll buy supplies if I need it for whatever project is, but I'm a big hoarder. I admit it. What is your favorite floss? Just hand-dyeds, or I love silks too. Just love the feeling of silks. Are you a cereal starter, or do you have a whip at a time? I'm a cereal starter. Definitely a cereal starter. Do you have more FFOs or UFOs? UFOs, definitely. Do you mostly stitch alone, or do you ever get together with someone to stitch? I occasionally get together with people to stitch, but I'm more of a lone stitcher. I get more accomplished, you know, by myself, because when I'm with other people, I just tend to want to gab with them. So, let's see. Do you like to experiment and alter things with your charts, or do you stitch them just as written? Usually just as written, but sometimes I might tweak a little thing. I'm a visual person. I usually see somebody's conversion and go, ooh, you know, that's a cool thing. I loved how they changed that, and I might steal that from them, but, well, not steal it, you know, they give you the conversions, but, yeah, I don't have that knack of just being able to think of something to change in a pattern and, you know, go, that'll look better if it has that or whatever. So I kind of just tend to go with what the pattern says. Do you bobbinate floss or not? I definitely bobbinate, yeah. I think there's videos out there. I started when I you know, would get a bunch for whatever project, or just when it's on sale and I got a bunch of DMCs. I learned how to, from a video, use the battery operated hand drill, put the little bobbin in there and just turn it on, and it goes up and you get it done in like 2 seconds. It's very cool. So you should try to look for that if you're a bobbinator. Do you start a project in the middle of your fabric or at the corner? Definitely the middle. I'm a middle starter. Do you have a whip rotation? Nope. That would require me to think and, you know, have my brain together. Yeah. Do you use a timekeeper to keep track of how long it takes you to complete a project? Nope. I just, you know, if I'm kind of on a schedule, I got to get it done for somebody's birthday or whatever, then I pay attention to make sure, you know, I'm not well, I always cut it too short, but just that I get it done in time. But otherwise, it's just like, when I get it done, I get it done. Do you use the parking technique? No, but I have a feeling I'm going to be doing it soon when I start that Haid. Do you keep your orts? Yes, I can't show it to you, but I have a big glass, blown glass, guppy-mouthed fish thing that you just throw the pieces into his mouth and collects in a little bowl of his belly. And then during the spring, I'll, you know, cut them in little pieces and hang them on the trees or the bushes for the birdies to use for their nests. Do you like to have a snack or drink while stitching? I definitely keep water with me because I get very dry. But if I do have a snack, I have to get up and wash my hands. So I just don't keep food around me now. So that's it on the tags. Learned more about me than you ever want to know, I'm sure. Okay, so I'm going to check. And since this got broken up, I have no idea how much time that I did doing that. So you'll either see some more fabrics coming up here, or it'll be on another video. So thanks for watching. See you later.